and it's time for yet another basic beer review. And we have got a special one today for this basic beer review, and it is a bottle of the Fuller's London Porter. Now, the thing about this is, long story, well, fairly long story. As I've said previously, I've been reviewing beers for quite some time. A long time ago, when I first started really getting into my beers, I remember looking for this one because I remember seeing online that it was a really good beer. They were saying, now I like Fuller's. I liked Fuller's back then. I like Fuller's now. I think that stuff from Fuller's is really good quality, and you know it's really reasonably priced. And even though they're a macro brewery, I think they don't brew rubbish as far as I'm concerned. Fuller's, every beer every beer I've had from them is decent. And back in the day, back when there wasn't a huge amount, when there wasn't really any craft beer, when there wasn't a huge amount of selection out there, Fuller's had a decent amount of selection. Really, they had the honey beer, they had what's called honeydew, and they had the porters, the stouts. They had some sort of odd ones that you could only get certain places. They had some really solid ones, which they still have now. Things like the ESB, the 1845, and good old London Pride, Golden Pride. I had a Golden Pride yesterday, and couldn't believe how good it actually is. This stuff really hard to find. I struggled to find it then, and to be honest, I've not really seen it very many places now, really, London Porter. But I know when I first wanted to try it, I thought, right, I'm going to look and see where I can get it. And they did say, when I looked online, they said that you could get it from Sainsbury's and Waitrose. Now, I'm talking 2005, 2006. That's my phone buzzing. 2005, 2006. And really, yeah, they said Sainsbury's. I've never ever seen it in a Sainsbury's. I don't really understand why they mentioned that. But to be fair, Waitrose have had it pretty much for the last 20 years. You've been able to get this in Waitrose, even back when it used to have the black label with the red writing on it, if anyone remembers that. But yeah, so there. But to be honest, everywhere I've been, when I looked around everywhere else, I could not find it anywhere else. I looked in bottle shops, I looked in farm shops, I looked in all kinds of places, off licenses, the lot really back then. And you couldn't get it anywhere. I even spoke to a guy in a bottle shop and said, "Do you get Fuller's London Porter?" And he said, "No, I can't get hold of it," which is weird because it was in Waitrose. Anyway, you want this, you go to Waitrose. If anyone can think of somewhere else that has it, please do tell me. I have not seen it, apart from a Fuller's pub, obviously. But I've not really seen it anywhere. I've not really looked for it in the last 10 years, I won't lie. But I've never really noticed it being around. Okay, the places don't seem to stock it, which is a shame, because it's a cracking beer, and let's crack it open. But I've not had one of these for a while. I thought it was a cracking beer back then. I've had a lot of different beers since then. Do I still think it's a cracking beer now? Well, let's see. So, let's give it a pour. Let's have a look. Don't know why my phone is buzzing. My phone doesn't tend to buzz. But anyway. So, yeah, we're getting that much at the moment in there. So, what are we getting? Nice colour, jet black, a little bit of mahogany in the bottom when you hold it up to the light. Probably shouldn't have filled this glass up as much as I did, but that's a bit left in the bottle. Anyway, let's have a little bit of a nose of it. So let's swap them over there. So we're getting, what am I getting there? So it's so we're getting roasted malt, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of toffee, a little bit of smoke. Quite a bit of smoke actually, like kind of tobacco. It smells very rich. It smells very full. It smells like I remember it. Let's have a go. Cheers. Yeah, so that is everything I remember. It's so well balanced. It's really well balanced. It's got a little bit of coffee, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of roasted malt. It's really drinkable, but really full in flavour at the same time. It's really good. I mean, this has always been a beer that punches well above its weight, in my opinion. It's absolutely really good. It is up there, and it's so got this at Waitrose very recently. They're about $2.25 a bottle, but it was 3 for a fiver. And the bizarre thing was, going back to the Golden Pride I had yesterday, that was $2.95 a bottle, 8.5% ABV, but we're still in the same offer. It was still 3 for a fiver. So just if anybody wants a really good deal, get to Waitrose, just not my Waitrose because I want to get some more, and get your Golden Prides, 3 bottles for a fiver, because that is unbelievably good value. And of course this stuff, 3 for a fiver as well, is amazingly good value. Obviously I'm not going to use that when I do the value rating, because that goes off the normal price, $2.25. But yeah, it's chocolatey, it's roasty, it's a little bit smoky, there's a little bit of coffee in there. It's just really complex for a 5.4%. And while I'm at it, let's have a little thing about Fuller's. While there's beers left, right and centre which is having their ABV reduced, you've got your Punk IPA that keeps going down in ABV. All the lagers just keep going down like they think we're not going to notice in ABV. Fuller's have kept their ABV to the 0.1% for the last 20 years, which a lot of other breweries have done that as well. Just one thing to say about that. I had an 1845 the other day. It was 6.3% 20 years ago. It is 6.3% now. So what can I say? This is still 5.4% ABV, and it's absolutely smashing. They've not tried to reduce it to 5%. They've kept it as it was, original, and it absolutely tastes amazing. So let's give it a rating. So a rating, we're gonna base the quality. It is really good quality. It's up there. And it is up there. I think it is. It's such a good porter. It is unbelievable. And I think people who like this will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's totally up there with the best. I'm going to give this one an A-. So there we go. A-. It does punch well above its weight. And for that kind of value, for that kind of quality, at that kind of price, $2.25 a bottle. Value, I am actually going to give this one an A+ for value. It is that good. It is a really good beer. I thought I would come back to it. I mean, I've probably had this a few years ago. Probably come back to it a few years later and think, yeah, it's not that great. It really is. It's just a really, really good porter. If you want a porter and all the chocolatey and coffee and just the rich characteristics that come with a really good porter, you can't get better than this. You just can't. I've had the Samuel Smith Taddy Porter, which is another really good porter, but I'm sorry, it comes second to this. It's, well, say, it's behind this, whether it comes second to this, but again, it's such a good porter. It's such a good beer. That's all there is to it. Until next time, have a good one.